Hey YouTube, I am back with another video. I will say that I have not been consistent since I posted my last video, but there's been a lot of changes going on in my life. I'm pretty sure everybody else has been going through changes, but I will be more consistent. And I just want to say that I love the feedback, I love the comments that I've been getting. And that being said, I'm going to get into my third video, which is going to be about my favorite layovers. Over the years, a lot of people have been asking me, where's your favorite layovers? What is your worst layover? But I will tell you now that I really don't have a bad layover, because on my bad layovers, I just end up going to sleep because we're all tired anyway. So I will be talking about my top 4 favorite layovers. Get right into it. One of my favorite layovers is definitely New Orleans. Every time I've been sent to New Orleans, I get at least 24 hours. And a lot of the people that I work with, they always tell me, I never have time to do anything when I go to New Orleans because I'm always getting like 10 hours or a 12-hour layover. But with me, somebody in crew scheduling definitely likes me because I always get over 18 hours. One layover, I got 18 hours. The second time, I got about 28. And then one of my last times going to New Orleans was about a 34-hour layover. So I always have time to do anything I want to do. If I want to party, I definitely have time to recover. But I will tell you that that's really not one of my favorite things about New Orleans. There's this restaurant that I go to. It's called Oceana's. It's a Cajun/Creole restaurant, and they have amazing food. They have these Rockefeller oysters that are so good. And let me tell you, I'm not really a fan of cooked oysters. Like, fried oysters are not my thing. One of my crew members have put me on to the grilled oysters that have melted butter, different spices. They have garlic in it. Oh my god, it's so good. And also they have like this really good jambalaya, this gumbo. Yeah, I need to go there, okay? It's Oceana's Cajun/Creole restaurant. It's on Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. So I love the food. Also, I forgot to mention the blackened catfish. I have pictures that I'm gonna show you, but I don't have pictures of the blackened catfish because when it came, I tore it up. So my fault. But everything else you're gonna see. New Orleans is definitely always popping. It's always something to do. Every corner you're on, you're gonna see locals or you're gonna see tourists dancing, drinking, just having a good time. And the architecture there is amazing. It's kind of like, it's like you're in France. Hence why Oceana's is on Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. I never thought of that. New Orleans has so much culture as well, and I've never been to Mississippi, so down in the French Quarter you can actually walk over to the Mississippi River. So it's like I'm in Louisiana. Well, New Orleans is in Louisiana if y'all didn't know that. So it's like I'm in Louisiana and then I'm also in Mississippi too because I'm looking at the river. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. So I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of my time in New Orleans. My next favorite layover is in Chicago. So I have a little love-hate relationship with Chicago because the first time that I was sent there, on a 3-day layover in Chicago was in February. And I don't know what they were thinking with those thin ass Spirit jackets, what it was gonna do for us, because it did nothing. But they sent me back there in, I think, June, and it was 85-degree weather, and I was just like, wow, this city is so beautiful. It's so clean. The people dress just like New York. You know, I felt like, damn, like if someone slipped me a little Nicky in my drink and I woke up on the street, I would think I was in New York. But then I realized, no, because Chicago was way cleaner than New York. But that's either here nor there. I was kind of getting like a New York vibe. Like they have the subways just like New York does. And I actually explored the city by myself because nobody wanted to go out with me because it was too hot. But I was like, listen, I've been here on a 3-day layover and I didn't explore that much because it was too cold, and now I actually have the chance to explore, and my hair was done and I had a poppin' ass outfit. So I was like, I'm gonna go out. So I will suggest that you go to Millennium Park. Millennium Park is beautiful. There's people out there. They were picnicking, there's sprinklers. It was amazing. And also the Beam is definitely a tourist attraction. You have to see it. It's huge and it's beautiful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you in the pictures that are coming up. And if you know anything about Chicago, people always talk about Giordano's deep dish pizzas. I will tell you the pizza is really good, but I can't sleep on my city. New York is known for their pizza. But would I go back to Giordano's? Definitely. But New York is where it's at. So my next location is going to be Seattle, Washington. Now, in Seattle, our hotels are very far from the city. I just recently found out that Seattle doesn't do contracts with the airlines for some reason because they feel like they lose out money. But, you know, when we arrived, me and my crew, we all wanted to go to the city because it's very rare that you get a trip to Seattle, Washington and you have a layover. So we definitely took advantage of it. So we end up splitting a cab and we went right downtown. And the first place that we wanted to go to was the Pike Place Market, which is one of the oldest markets in the United States. They sell many different foods, they sell clothes, and it's crowded. And a lot of people go there just to like vibe and look at the artwork and look at the scenic area because it's very scenic. Now, if you guys know me, you know that I love salmon. And what I found interesting is that they give out free bags of smoked salmon, and the pieces are like this big, and they give you like 4 in each bag. So I took 2 because I was hungry, and it was good. Now, when you go to Seattle, you also have to go to the Gum Wall, which is a huge tourist destination. I know it sounds weird, but what people do is they make sure they chew gum, they take the gum out their mouth and they put it on the wall, and then they take pictures by them. I know it sounds unsanitary, but it's actually art. I mean, they call it art, so I'm gonna tell you it's art. But overall, Seattle to me is like a very chill destination. Like, it's a city, but it's also nature. Then you got a bunch of hippies. So the vibe is just everyone's chilling. But here goes a couple of pictures of my time in Seattle. So this layover that I'm about to tell you about had to be one of my most interesting layovers. So I laid over in San Diego, but I spent no time in San Diego at all because we had a 34-hour layover, and me and my crew members all together, we took a Uber to the border of Mexico, which is in Tijuana. So we walked over to Tijuana, which to me was crazy because it's like you hear about people walking over the border, and it's like I never thought I would do something like that. So, you know, the cab driver drops us off at the border, and then you see like a line of people wanting to enter into Mexico, which is the closest city to San Diego is Tijuana. And what I found out is a lot of people who have layovers in San Diego, they like to go to Tijuana because they get procedures done. Like they get their veneers or they get Botox because it's so cheap. So I had one crew member that wanted to go because they were trying to get their teeth done. And then I had another one that came with us because they wanted Botox. But yeah, it was great. Like the crew I was with, they were funny. We went to a restaurant. The cab driver that we had was amazing. Like he took us around. He showed us different places, you know, for a couple of dollars. But he was cool. The architecture there was amazing. And it just was like, wow, like did I just really walk over the border? Did I just do that? I think that's the part that got me the most. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people in Tijuana who, when they want to go food shopping, they walk over to the United States, they do their food shopping, then they walk back over to Mexico. It's amazing. And like I said, the Americans who want cheap procedures, they walk right over the border, they get their teeth done, and they get their Botox done. And here goes a couple of pictures and videos that I have in Tijuana, Mexico.
Meow.
Lit.
Hey.
We in San Diego now.
Hold on. Oh, there
Hold
it is.
hold on, sis. Well, there it goes, my top 4 favorite layovers. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.